My name is Sandra Roa, and I've been photographing the day laborers on Roosevelt Avenue in Jackson Heights, Queens. I started working on the story here because I wanted to revisit the streets that I had grown up on. I had lived along the number 7 train for most of my life, and Roosevelt Avenue was the main vein for me. I started taking pictures of the street, the train stops, the people, the vendors, the food, the colors, the flags, the Corona signs like advertisements. Things that I felt that made this place look so Latin American. One day I was walking with a friend and I saw a cluster of men standing on the corner of 72nd Street, and I asked my friend, what exactly were those men doing there? And he answered to me in Spanish, son jornaleros, they were day laborers. And so I asked, when exactly do they labor? I just didn't get it. And so I walked up to one of them on the street and I introduced myself and I asked him, well, what are you doing? Hi. And he was like, well, I'm looking for work. And I'm like, when? It's a little embarrassing. Most of the jobs that are available for this kind of undocumented worker are day jobs. Painting, moving, construction, demolition. They'll empty out containers, they do tiling, plastering, all kinds of handiwork. That's the kind of work that these people come here to wait for. You know, it's not easy to stand out here in the street in a country that is not your own. You're not familiar with the customs, you don't know the language. Sometimes they go to work, they get hurt, or they get beat up. Sometimes they don't get paid. These men became the focus of my work. When I spoke to them and they began to share their stories with me, they became very human. They became family members, brothers, uncles, cousins. I decided to make a video about Marco. He had a story that I really connected to. His family was in Mexico, and his daughter at that time was 14 years old. He was a little stressed out because of the cost of her Sweet 15, her quinceañera party. Here's this guy who kind of looks tough, unreachable, he's on the street, and his biggest worry was his quinceañera for his daughter. He was worried about all the details, the cake, the dress, the food, the music, the shoes, the water.
¿Qué está pasando?
My father literally lives a few blocks away, and I don't think that he would ever say anything like that. And maybe this is why I was so drawn to Marco. I began to have an element of admiration for this father. Like, wow, this is what a father looks like when no one's looking. My project is about family men. People could come here and decide, hey, I want to go photograph the day laborers on Roosevelt Avenue. But the truth is that it's not that easy. Yes, you can go there, you can make some photographs, but to be able to actually make pictures that connect to the people who are there, to be able to humanize these people, to understand their stories, it's about trust, and that means time. I did the street photos for a while and I continue to do them, but I've been overwhelmed by the stories.